our technical session 10, that is day 2. I am Riya Bhargav. We are the host for the session. In this session, we have the paper presentations.
Excuse me,
I'd
ma'am.
like to extend our warm welcome to the session chair, Professor Dilip Barar.
We would like to tell you all something about Professor Dilip Barar. Professor Dilip Barar is a distinguished academic professional at Maharaja Krishna Kumar Singh Bhavnagar University in India. With a rich background in English language and literature, he has held key positions in academic and government. Being Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Chairman of the Board of Studies for English. Professor Barar is actively contributes to the assessment and accreditation of the higher education institutions as a NAC assessor, emphasizing his commitment to promoting educational excellence. With over 26 years of teaching experience, he has guided numerous students and engaged in various research projects, focusing on integrating technology in teaching English literature and language. Extensive work includes critical publications, research articles, and blogs, demonstrating his profound impact. Moreover, he has conducted several teaching training workshops, enhancing educator skills and promoting effective teaching practices. Professor Dilip P. Barat is widely respected for his dedication to education and his substantial contributions to the field of English language and literature. Thank you.
So with that, we would like to welcome our first participant, Mayank Kumar. Mayank Kumar.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, we registered for technical session 11, and I guess most of the participants here did that. But somehow the link got us in technical session 10. So could you please confirm if this is technical session 10 or 11?
This is technical session 10.
But ma'am, we registered for session 11, but it got us here. Should we register again?
Yes, I am also from technical session 11, and this is showing for technical session 11. I don't know how we got to technical session 10, because when we joined, everybody confirmed that yes, it's technical session 11. So now,
I guess all the participants here are from session 11. You can check the list, please.
Yes, I'm also from session 11.
yes, because this link is given for session 11 only.
I would like to welcome you all to session 11 of day 2 of WeHim 2023. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Dear all, I would request you all to be patient. We are waiting for our session chair. Once he joins, we'll start the session.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I think it's afternoon now. There was some technical glitch that stopped me from joining.
So sorry to
No problem. It happens every time. No, not an issue. We have got I think we have got 12 participants who will be presenting the papers. No, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you all would have 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes you can go for question answers, like if anybody is there interested. Fine. So I think you can wind it up in 5 minutes. Is it fine for all the people here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Then we may start with Aisha Vatsa.
Yes, sir, it's Ayush Vats. I don't know. Host
Ayush.
has, I think.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ayush
I think-
Vatsa, right?
Yes, sir, Ayush Vats. So I think, should I present a PPT or just I should,
Whatever you do, just wind it up in 5 minutes. We do not
Okay,
have
sir.
paucity of time here.
Okay, sir. Then my topic is representation of South Asian women diaspora in United Kingdom. The paper would like to argue how South Asian women immigrants have been treated typically as monolithic people by the West. For instance, all were defined as Indians before 1945, and subsequently they were classified as Pakistani people. The term South Asian women also functioned as an umbrella term uh, to unify diverse people against common obstacles in the name of empowerment and coalition building. The process of bringing a family to Britain had different reasons, both for male and females. Male brought their family so that they could continue to get the hereditary of business or labor to keep on ongoing throughout their sons. Whereas women went to West to save the fidelity of their husbands. They were treated actually. The books that I am taking are Monica Ali's Brick Lane, and the movie is Bend It Like Beckham. So, if we look at these tales or these representations, we can see that women uh, are not only monolithic. Uh, Women are not only monolithic people, but instead they have different aspects to their nationality and everything. But what Britain does or what West does, they create a monolithic image to create a binary between good and bad, so that they can say that women of West are more superior than women of South Asian diaspora. Uh, Orientalist discourses also show that how forced or arranged marriages are the only option for South Asian women. However, this is not entirely true. Irish writer Devla Murphy, in her travelogue Tales from Two Cities, shows that Jahan and Naseem, two young Muslim couples meeting in Bradford, fall in love with each other and marry against their parents. Murphy draws attention towards the hypocrisy of the media and government of West, which wants to portray this image of British Asian women but do nothing in the name of no interference towards one's religion doctrines. Like many other critics, Murphy says that one needs to move these things from the boundaries of religion to human rights if they are concerned about the welfare of British Asian women. While traditions of parda and hijab are associated with some Islamic communities, they are used by British media to show all Asian women are as depressed. On the one hand, there are voices in the West to wage war against Afghanistan to unveil or free them from the curse of hijab, but on the other hand, they disempower them in the name of their sacrosanct religion. Nevertheless, let us not be mistaken that all the depictions of South Asian women are shown in a negative light. It is not the case. The Hindu goddesses such as Sita and Savitri were considered ideal for South Asian women. All the women were motivated to live the life of sacrifices and loyalty to their husbands. Authors such as Anita Desai, Kamla Markande, and Nayantara Sehgal have expressed their utter disappointment and dissatisfaction with the roles assigned to them through various issues and protagonists. Behaviors bringing on their psychological turmoil. Gurinder Chadda has a vital role as the spokesperson for South Asian women, challenging the popular perception of South Asian women within mainstream film. Her work tries to communicate the Britishness of her South Asian characters.
Mr. Ayush, it
The
is 4 minutes are over. You may wind it up in 5.
Okay, sir. Uh, Chadda then destroys the myth that everything related to Indian women is inevitably positive. For example, when Jinder, a film character in the movie, is constantly attacked for breaking the family unit by separating from her husband, Chadda tries to bring forth Ginder's viewpoint and to large extent is very successful in that. As an audience, we are moved to have sympathy with her. Chadda's work also brings the question of forming a diasporic space. What becomes the focal point of the movie is that dual identity. Second generation women are more westernized as compared to the first generation diasporic women. The dominant Oriental picture of South Asian women in the UK as submissive and oppressed is far removed from the actual life of most of them. For example, Muslim women of South Asia wearing hijab is not a sign of oppression. If anyone still believes it, it is entirely mistaken because many intellectuals have said that hijab is not a subordinating symbol because they say that hijab is one's cultural negotiation with the West. They argue that ultra-Orthodox Jewish women also wear wig to cover their hair. Nuns wear astronics, and Episcopalian women wear hats to the church. So, what is wrong when Muslim women wear hijabs to assert their choice of cultural identification? Since the election of Donald Trump as president of America, hijab has emerged
Mr.
as a symbol.
Ayush, I'm sorry, I
Yes,
have to
sir.
stop you now. Time is over.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, anybody would like to ask any questions to him? As we have paucity of time, so we would entertain only one question. Is there anybody? Okay. So let me ask you that how you expect a tradition to be a curse? No?
Tradition to be a curse. Sir, actually, sir, when these South Asian women moved to West or to the UK, they were creating a binary. A binary like these Western women seem to say that they are more modern, they have more choices, and they created an image of South Asian women that, oh, their tradition is of Sita, Savitri, and hijab, so that they can dominate over such kind of people.
Okay,
As
thank you. Thank you. The
okay.
time is over. I'm sorry I have to stop you. Now we may have the next presenter, Shikha Singh. Shikha Singh is here.
Yes, sir.
You may please present your paper.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible. Please present
Okay.
your paper.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. My name is Shikha Singh. I'm from University of Lucknow. My paper topic is Quest for Belonging, Religion and Cultural Exploration in the Color Purple by Alice Walker, interpreter of Maldives by Jumpai Lahiri. This research paper delves into the topic of the search for belonging inside the context of religion and cultural identity as depicted in two influential literary works, The Color Purple and The Interpreter of Maldives. Maladies. The, in The Color Purple, the tale follows Silly to the racial segregated American South of the early 20th century facing abuse, discrimination, and cultural isolation. Silly involving beliefs conveyed via her letters to God offer solace and power amidst adversity. Meanwhile, in The Interpreter of Maldives, a set of brief stories, the narrative delves into the lives of Indian diaspora characters wrestling with a cultural assimilation and identity. Additionally, it delves into how religion acts as a supply of cultural resilience, allowing characters to maintain their background while adapting to new environments. Reconnecting with spirituality in The Color Purple, Silly embarks on the voyage of discovery that expands her horizons of her upbringing in the American South, leading her to profound connection with her African heritage. Her guidance inspires Silly to blend aspects of African spirituality with her invoking beliefs. This fusion enables Silly to reclaim her identity, fostering a sense of belonging that transcends the constraints imposed by her past encounters and experience. Religion as a cultural anchor in the story of Interpreter of Maladies is the stories in Interpreter of Maladies often feature characters who maintain their Hindu religions, traditions as a way to anchor themselves in their cultural identity. For instance, Miss Sain, an Indian immigrant in Miss Sain's, observed the daily Hindu rituals. I quote, every morning she got up, bathed, brushed her teeth, combed her hair, and prayed to the Hindu gods in her puja room. This quote exemplifies how religion becomes a cornerstone of Miss Saint's life in foreign land, helping her maintain a connection to her Indian heritage. Lahiri portrays the generational divide within immigrant families when it comes to religious and cultural practices. Younger generation often adopt more of the dominant culture's values, creating tension with their parents or grandparents who hold fast to traditional values. Now, I would like to conclude it by both the works Interpreter of Maladies and The Color Purple. These works illustrate the versatility of literature in exploring these universal themes across diverse settings and characters, highlighting the complex interplay between religion, culture, identity, and the quest for belonging in the human experience. These characters rely on religion and cultural exploration to help to find their place in the world and discover who they truly are. These stories shows us that the religion can either limit people from freedom or inspire growth, development of one's identity. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Shikha. Now we start with questions. Anybody would like to any questions to Shikha? Is there anybody? Okay, then we may move forward. Next presenter here is Jeets Jose. Am I audible?
Sir, am I audible? Hello, sir.
You are audible. Please, you may start your presentation.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jeets Jose. My topic is Unveiling the Masks of African Historiographies, a historiographic metaphor of T.D. Ramakrishnan's Uhuru. The term historiographic metafiction is a term coined by Linda Hetchin, Canadian theorist, in her work Poetics of Postmodernism. So she defines historiographic metafiction as historiographic metafiction works to situate itself within the historical discourse without surrendering its autonomy as fiction. So in my work, Uhuru.
Excuse me, you may please stop your video. Your voice is lagging.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Am I? Okay, sir. Thanks, sir. So my work, Uhuru, written in Malayalam, the novel is a postmodern novel, so which bears the following qualities or the traits of metafiction. So I have pointed out 7 important historiographic metafictional traits of the novel. The one is the postmodern style. Next is the history of Uganda. The novel is a reworking of Ugandan history of 1980s. And in this novel, you can see the Idi Amin, the famous fascist ruler of Uganda, and Idi Amin has been approached from a post-colonial perspective. Next area in novel is history of 1980s in other African countries like Congo and Sierra Leone, Ethiopia. There are so many countries are depicted in this novel. Another metafictional element in this novel is railway construction of Jinja, an African place in Congo. And several African histories are connected and appears in this novel, especially portrayal of cultures, subcultures, mini cultures. There are countercultures in this novel are very much portrayed with the support of metafictional. And political issues are another area that has been touched by the writer. Fact and fiction are blended in this novel. Uhuru, written in Mama Africa, Uhuru, written as Mama Africa, is a Malayalam novel, and it is a scintillating account that is an impeccable reconstruction of post-colonial historiographies, and it is a subverted history that is set against the forces of conventional colonial historiographies. So in this novel, the imaginary writer Tara Vishwanath, she's the protagonist of the novel. So she writes against the post-colonial notions of history, and her history or her stylistic pattern is set against the African writers. The novel is a sharp testimonial against all the fascist forms in the contemporary world, where people are crushed by the tyranny and political separation. In the novel Uhuru, the novelist weaves myths, histories, and imagination to the narrative and generates multiple truths against the existing historiographies. So the novelist deliberately subverts colonial concepts of African histories through the incorporation of pseudo-histories and pseudo-text to the narration. Tara writes the fictional history of Uganda, which is a byproduct of her dreams. She penned the dark and white sides of Ugandan cultural and political fascist history with fertile fantasy and creativity. So I would like to through few points in this novel. There's a statement in this novel, power, about power. Power is a huge fortress built with secrets. If a single stone is moved, the entire edifice will crumble. To prevent that, a ruler will have to take strict action, even if it is his own wife who has transgressed. This is a statement made by Idi Amin, one of the characters in the novel, to the protagonist Tara. So Amin's character has been portrayed as a different person, especially he has been portrayed as a man without cannibalism and all this stuff. And the character of Amin in this novel is like a tribal chief.
I think there is some technical glitch. Mr. Jins Jose, you are not audible.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Now you're audible. Please, you may
Sir,
continue.
am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So I would like to conclude. I would like to conclude by the paper. My paper is a revisiting of African histories, a portrayal of characters, existing characters like Idi Amin as a common man, existence of subcultures and many cultures in the novel. There are so many real characters like Julius Nyerere, Kwame Nkrumah, Idi Amin are appear in the novel, the elements of historiographic metafiction. So I conclude that this novel is a great example of postmodernism and historic metafiction. The novel assembles untouched resources of Africa through a metafictional perspective. The novel throws light upon the dark histories of Idi Amin rule. The history of Uganda has been narrated through multiple historiographic angles infused with myths.
Okay, I think he's done. So, Mr. Jose is here? No, he's not here. Maybe there is some. Okay, I think we can go for question answers now.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
No, you may please stop now. You may please stop now. I think the time is over.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, any questions?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Stop there. Thank you, sir.
Anybody would like to ask any questions to him? Anyways, we may move forward with the next candidate as we have a paucity of time. Miss Rama Murkunde is here. Not here, not here. Then we may move to next candidate, Maliha Vase. Am I audible to you?
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Please continue.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to present my paper on Bridgerton, reconceptualizing period drama through 21st century perspective. Due to time constraints, I'll be focusing only on the key points in my paper. And for the unversed, Bridgerton is a Netflix period drama and also a literary adaptation. Bridgerton reconceptualizes history, and it does so by presenting a version of British society where people of color and various ethnicities are members of the nobility, along with the white members of the ton. Set in the London social season of 1813, Bridgerton season 1 has added many layers to characters, including that of Lady Danbury. In the books, she is just described as someone who Simon looks up to, being treated kindly by her in the past. In the show, however, Lady Danbury is a maternal figure, and also she historically people like Lady Danbury were doubly ostracized and doubly marginalized, she being a woman and also a member of Black community. In the show, on the other hand, she has the power to lead the society. The very fact is proved by her hosting the first ball of the season. The quote that I have presented in my presentation is what Lady Danbury tells Simon in episode 4 when he attempts to leave London in order to escape his feelings for Daphne. She gives a reason for the social change in the Bridgerton universe, and the reason for that social change is the marriage of Queen Charlotte with the King of Britain. Queen Charlotte, interestingly, is another character added by the makers of the show in the narrative. She is a Black queen, and She plays a very important instrumental role in changing the Black society and in reshaping Regency England for the producers of the show. Another character that's very important is Simon Bassett, the Duke of Hastings. He was neglected by his father, as his father wanted a perfect son. This itself reveals the anxiety of the Black community in the elite classes, in the elite British nobility. They are almost like a sub-society amongst the other elite members of the society. As of now, till now, Bridgerton's major characters portray very strong Black people, but that's not the case with the minor characters. Will, Simon's boxer friend, who exhibits his talents inside the boxing ring to earn money, trades his honor and makes Lord Featherington win a bet by losing in order to take half the earnings. Similarly, Marina, a relative of Featherington's, comes to stay at their place for the season, and upon her pregnancy being revealed to the lady of the house, is treated with indignity and ridicule. Her condition is termed as catching, and she is locked up until Lady Featherington realizes that she needs to find Marina, her husband, before her baby bump shows. She is paraded around like an animal for sale and is subjected to immense psychological torture by being introduced as a prospective bride to old men, eventually forcing her to get married to the brother of her dead lover to avoid a scandal. Such characters make audiences wonder if minor characters are to be at the mercy of white aristocracy around them, and if the authority and autonomy the Black characters exhibit are merely superficial products of social standing, and if the characters with a social disadvantage are still unchanged in their conditions. Nevertheless, as a literary adaptation, Bridgerton does stay true to the essence of the novel it's based on, and even attempts to tackle the issues of class, race, and gender by opening a whole new world. The cast of the show is as diverse as the audiences it hopes to cater to. This could be best summed up in the words of Regé-Jean Page, the actor who played the role of Simon Bassett. Quote, "I generally prefer the term representative to diverse, and I think the cast is representative of the world I walk through, of the world that exists. It is representative of a world that has been reshaped falsely, the way it has been reported in the past, and I think that we are simply doing the ordinary work of representing that world more accurately and with more generosity than it has been done." Unquote. As an adaptation, Bridgerton is not a whitewashed history lesson. To conclude, I'll say it's reconceptualization of the period dramas in particular and history in general, as it attempts to reclaim the proud Black identity through its various characters. Minor characters, of course, being flawed, but the major characters have both the power and the autonomy to shape their lives and the lives of others around them, including the Queen herself. That was it. Thank you.
Okay, that was a good presentation. Now we can go for questions. Is there anybody who would like to ask questions to her? Okay, no one is here. Okay, let me ask the question like, what is the difference between today's present drama we have and that which you have explained over here?
So when compared to the other period dramas, the nobility, or if the period dramas were dealing with nobility, it never included white members, Black members. And also, if you look at Bridgerton, in the long shot, even the side actors are a mix of different ethnicities, which was never done in period dramas before. Having said that, also the treatment of Black characters, it's not just tokenism. They are not just there for the sake of it. They have their backstories. They have their vulnerabilities, and in the end, they conquer it to find a balance in society. And very in the first few episodes of the season, they were in a very precarious and a very anxious situation. They overcome it to find stability, as is the case of Simon and Lady Danbury later in the show.
Okay, thank you, Maliha. We may start with the next participant. And technical team, please note that someone is asking for unmuting. Rita Prabhasan is asking, unmute her. I don't have the controls with me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we may have the next candidate, Lorraine Alberto. We don't have her here. She's not present, so we may move to the next one. Rabila Muhammad, she's here. No, I don't see her. Puvitha M is here. Not present. Then Bhuvesh Swami is here. Not present. Ajay Kumar. Pragati Das. She's here, no?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
You may present, please. Start your presentation.
Yeah.
Excuse
I
me,
have,
excuse me, Miss Pragati, excuse me, sir. I would like to say that Miss Preeta's mic cannot be unmuted from our end. It's in her control.
Okay. And then I suggest, Miss Preetha, you may check your controls and the machine you are using, like computer or mobile phone. Please check it out. Okay. We may proceed, Prakriti. You may move.
so I want to share my screen.
Yeah, please.
Is it visible?
No, not yet. Your screen is not visible. You may check
It
the
is saying
controls.
that host disabled participant screen sharing.
Technical team, please do the.
I'll look into it. Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Kindly check.
You may please do that now. Miss Pragati, you may give it a try now.
Yes. I think so. Yeah. Now, is it visible?
Yeah, you are sharing your screen now.
Okay. So, good afternoon. My name is Pragati Das, and I'm from Vishwabharati University. And yes, my topic is on magic realism as an element of exoticism in the Francophone literature from Africa. I have taken 2 novels from here. Okay, so I'm starting that it's the first one is, I can't change my slide. Yeah. Okay. So magic realism, according to its name, it's a mixture of 2 different genres, like something magical happening in a realistic environment or like that. So authors generally, when they're talking about their native land, about their history, about their culture and all, they incorporate in their writings like some superstitions, some rituals, which are common in their daily lives, which have some magical essence and mystical essence, but which when the Western readers read about this, it seems like it is exotic for the Western readers. So the first book which I have chosen is L'Enfant de Sable. In English, it is Sandchild. So it is written by Tahar Ben Julun. It's the story where he uses the storytelling narrative, the technology. I mean, it's not a technology, I would say, in the ancient times, in our country also, when there was no people did not know how to read or write, they used oral traditions. The stories were transmitted orally among the public. So he uses this technique over here just to know that the tradition Moroccan society, how it was. So the story is about a girl, Zahra, who was born in an Orthodox family where her father believed in wrong traditional beliefs. So he already has 7 daughters, and when the 8th girl was born, he thought it was a curse, and he thought of raising this girl as his son and chooses her name Ahmed. So her daughter was grown or as raised as a boy, and she led a disguised life throughout her life. So we can see the narrow mindset at the traditional Moroccan society. If I talk about today's society also, in Iran and Afghanistan also, women are fighting for their own rights, for their own liberty. So it's almost similar over here. We can see that her father, he just forces his wife do all sort of superstitious rituals, which are baseless, does not have any scientific explanation, so that she can give birth to a male child. As the Arab society thinks that, if the family does not have any male heir in the family, so their inheritance is lost. And there are other magical effects are shown, like, there are spirits and sorcerers and angels, and the main character is talking with the dead spirits, and all these sort of things is common in their lives. Even the main hallucination thing which happens over here is that the main character, whatever her name is, Ahmad or Zahra, although she is born as a girl, she is raised as a son, as a boy. When she was child, it was okay, but as he grows, so he started the psychology of being a woman inside, or he has physical transformation, like developing breast or menstruation, or the way of talking and walking, everything. But she was forced in this cage of identity, of male identity. So the whole existence of her is like she was suffering from inside, and it seems like an ambiguous to the readers. The next novel which I have chosen is L'Enfant Noir, Dark Child. It is written by Kamara Lai from French Guinea. So it is an autobiographical work. So I have to tell a little bit about the author, that he was born in an African tribe. He studied over there. And when he received a scholarship to study in France, over there, higher studies is expensive. So he was forced to leave his studies and find a job. So he was depressed and he felt homesick and started writing about his native country, and hence here comes his autobiography. So the main story is about a 5-year-old boy, his journey from 5-year-old boy till the day when he leaves for France. So his whole childhood is not influenced by French culture. Hence, we can see the African cultural values and all rituals and everything. So the main thing in the story is the totem, use of totem. Now, totem is like an animal or a thing in which there is a spirit, where human forms mystical relationship with the spirits to get powers. So the author's father, totem, is a black snake, where his father receives powers, creative powers, like his father is a goldsmith and he creates jewelry. So when he creates jewelry, it seems like a ritual or religious festival. The snake remains present in this whole thing, and he just advises him, instructs him throughout the process. So the author seems like it's a supernatural experience. Now, if I talk about his mother also, his mother totem is a crocodile. So if she can enter into a river full infested with crocodile, so she will not get harmed, as she can influence animals. So every totem has different powers. His father totem is of creative powers, and his mother totem of magical powers of influencing animals. So in short, if I talk about my conclusion, the two stories which I have chosen is that the authors are showing their native culture, their native tradition to the readers, but we can see that it is common in their daily lives. That having this magical essence, but when the Western readers read this thing, this seems like exotic to them. Like if I talk about our culture also, when we talk write about our own culture, our own festivals, and if this thing is read by a Western reader, by an English reader, so they will think that it's strange, it's not it's unbelievable to them, so they think it as an exotic text. So as the authors write this exotic text with a pretext that they can get profit from the Western readership to capture the attention of the Western audience, because as they are accepting their culture, because when these African authors immigrate to Europe, they started to accept their culture. So they want that their culture should also be read by those Western people also. And one thing
Okay,
also.
your time is over. Please, we will stop now.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry to stop you, but as actually it's my job. Okay, anybody's there who would like to any questions to her? Please stop your slide also.
Yes.
Any questions from the audiences?
Where is stop sliding? Stop.
Okay, no questions. Let me ask, have you gone through the works of Khalid Hosseini, Pragati?
Yes, I have heard. I mean, yeah, I have known, but I'm sorry, I have not read
no
him.
problem. But if you have not read, then I may not ask any questions now.
No, sure, you can ask if it is related to my.
I was about to ask, have you, if I ask you to compare your paper with the works of Khalid Hosseini's papers, like works, what you would say? What is the major difference between his works and the writers and texts you have selected?
Okay, then I can't answer, but yes, if I can say that, yes, generally they show their culture. I mean, they don't want to criticize their culture. Of course, the main thing is that criticizing their a little bit, because the woman condition now also in other countries, if I talk about Iran and Afghanistan, they're still suffering. They're fighting for their, education, their health facilities. But yes, they want to show their culture, share their culture, because the Western people have their own point of view about the Eastern culture. So if we get a better perspective from the Eastern authors, so that they don't have any wrong influence, so that's why they share their own culture.
Actually, there is a wise saying, religion is not to be questioned. It's like opium. So these papers are a bit contradictory. No, these are controversial and sometimes debatable also. So it's not an issue. Anyways, it was a good presentation. I compliment you. Then we may have the next presenter, Shalini Sharma here. She's not here. So you may please unmute the person who was trying for a long time. Preetha, are you able to unmute yourself? Preetha, am I audible to you? You are not able to unmute yourself. Try to log in from some other device.
I was given all the rights to her, but she is unable to.
Okay, she has some technical problems, I think. We may wait for her like for 2 minutes so that she may continue. She has been texting for a long time, but she is unable to do.
We are given you the rights. You are also a co-host, Pretha. I already given you the co-host rights, but you are unable to unmute yourself.
She wants to repeat like what you have mentioned. Please do it again.
I am already giving you the co-host rights, Pretha.
Okay, Pritha, you are given all rights now, so you may log in again and try to unmute yourself.
Or other device, join with other device, I think.
There may be some glitch with the software she's using. Yeah, please do it. Pritha, you may log in from some other computer. We are waiting, please. Program. Preetha, please let us know, are you able to join?
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
I was
please.
wondering if you're in favor of waiting for Miss Preetha because we are short of time. As the session is
Then we
ending
may,
this-
depending on the paucity of time, we may let her come in 1 minute. Okay. She's registering now. I don't know what's happening. So let me give the report of the other presenters, and if she then comes again, then we'll listen to her, right?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay, up to so far, we had 5 presentations, and I think 7 of the participants were absent. And we started the session with presentation of Ayush. He gave his own observation about Asian women diaspora in United Kingdom. It was appreciated by the chair. In fact, the second participant presenter was Shikha Singh. She touched the new dimensions in the works of Alice Walker and Jhumpa Lahiri. Then we had the next participant here, Jins Jose was here. He pointed 7 points which were of importance to the new dimensions. And then we had Maliha here. She recapitalized periodic drama through her own vision. She gave even analysis of characters also, which was appreciated. And then Pragati Das explored magic realism in African literature, specifically in the 2 stories. I think 5 presentations were like this. Now, Preetha, you are able to communicate. Please let us know.
So while waiting for Miss Preetha, meanwhile, I'd like to thank you for gracing us with the presence. And also big thanks to Amity University, the host of this meeting, for helping manage the meeting.
Okay. We are sorry, Preetha, we are not able to entertain you because we have paucity of time now. We have to end up the session. And in fact, I am thankful to everybody for letting me be a part of this session. It was a happy moment for me to part of this galaxy of scholars. And I thank Amity University for inviting me and the technical team who helped me in all possible ways. Okay, should I leave the meeting now?
Sure, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.